Hello everyone, welcome back. As in the previous class, we discussed the internal structure of the kidney, in which we study about the nephron, which is the functional part of the kidney. Today in this class, we will be discussing the concept of physiology of the urine formation, that how urine is formed. So as you can see, I have drawn here the diagram of the nephron. And in the previous class we discussed the different component of the nephron. So today I will just tell you that how urine is formed. So renal artery, it is divided into two parts. One is the efferent arteriole and one is the afferent arteriole. So blood जो होता है, blood it enters into the glomerulus with high pressure. So how blood is coming into the Bowman capsule? So blood is coming with the help of afferent arteriole, and blood leaves the Bowman capsule via efferent arteriole. So as the blood enters into the Bowman glomerulus, then you know it enters with a high pressure. And glomerulus, we studied that glomerulus are the group of capillaries. So these group of capillaries, or you can say glomerulus, it helps to filter the blood. And now this filtered blood or the filtered part enters into the Bowman capsule. And Bowman capsule, the filtered blood which enter into the Bowman capsule. And please student, keep in mind the physiology of the urine formation, it contains three different steps. One is the ultrafiltration, second is the tubular reabsorption, and the third one is the tubular secretion. So we are just discussing the first step, which is the ultrafiltration. So in the ultrafiltration, what happens? As the blood enter into the glomerulus with the high pressure, it is filtered here, and this filtrate, after filtration, the product enter into the filtrate enter into the Bowman capsule. Now this process of filtration is known as the ultrafiltration, and the filtrate is now termed as the nephric filtrate. Nephric due to nephron, so nephric filtrate. Now this nephric filtrate, first step is completed. In the first step there will be only the ultrafiltration. So what happen in the second step? With this efferent arteriole, the filtrate enters into the tubes, and here the second step occur, which is the tubular reabsorption. So you know student, in the filtrate there comes a number of substances. Some substances are useful while other are not useful. Okay, or you can say some substances are harmful. तो नेफ्रिक फिल्ट्रेट में क्या होता है? अमोनिया, यूरिया, एक्सेस ऑफ वाटर एंड आयंस. तो वो क्या करती हैं, ये ट्यूब्स क्या करती हैं, सेकेंड स्टेप में हेल्प करती हैं, विच इज द ट्यूब्यूलर रीएब्जॉर्प्शन. तो जो क्या होगा, अमोनिया, देयर आर, यू कैन से पीसीटी हैव डिफरेंट पार्ट. तो पीसीटी में क्या होगा, पीसीटी हमने क्या कहा, पीसीटी किसकी एब्जॉर्प्शन करता है, पीसीटी करता है एक्सेस ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड्स की, ग्लूकोज की, वाइल descending limb it is permeable to the water, and ascending limb क्या करती है, it is permeable to sodium chloride. ओके, तो सोडियम क्लोराइड यहाँ क्या होता है, रीएब्जॉर्ब हो जाता है. इन ट्यूब्स के थ्रू क्या होती है, जो तो यूजफुल है वो तो रीनल वेन के थ्रू क्या करेगा, बॉडी में एंटर कर जाएगा, एंड जो हार्मफुल सब्सटेंसेस है वो ट्यूब्स के थ्रू क्या होंगे, वो ट्यूब्स में एंटर करेंगे डिफरेंट ट्यूबुलर पार्ट में, लाइक डिसेंडिंग लिम्ब में रीएब्जॉर्प्शन हुई, असेंडिंग लिम्ब में सोडियम क्लोराइड की रीएब्जॉर्प्शन होती है बट विदाउट द वाटर। तो लूप ऑफ एनल हमने कहा था इट कंसंट्रेट्स द यूरिन। तो ट्यूबुलर रीएब्जॉर्प्शन में जब आयंस की, अमीनो एसिड्स की और you can say glucose की reabsorption and also the absorption of sodium chloride occurs, this process of reabsorption by the tubule is known as the tubular reabsorption. Now what happen in the third step, which is the tubular secretion? So tubular secretion, now this nitrogenous waste, it comes into the another tube which is called the DCT, distal convoluted tubule. This distal convoluted tubule, it helps in the secretion of the waste, okay, or you can say here urine is formed. Now this liquid portion, so here in the DCT, these tubes, ascending descending limb and the loop of anal, these tube released their waste into the DCT, and this process of release of waste into the DCT is called the tubular secretion. So tubular secretion, it occurs in the DCT, and finally the waste is accumulated in the form of urine into the collecting duct. So this was all about that how urine is formed, and it is completed into 3 different steps. Now it's a brief summary for you. First of all, through renal artery blood enters into the kidney, then first step ultrafiltration occur where nephric filtrate is formed, and then tubular reabsorption occur where in the descending limb, ascending limb, PCT, and in the loop of Henle maximum absorption of iron, urea and amino acid or sodium chloride occurs. Then in the tubular secretion, rest of the waste which is released by the tubes into the DCT, that process of release of the substance in the form of urine is called the tubular secretion. The second last is ADH hormone secretion. So where is this hormone secreted? In where is present DCT. ADH stands for anti-diuretic hormone or vasopressin. This hormone is also known as the vasopressin or anti-diuretic hormone. Student, actually what happen, our kidney is flexible in its working. तो summer days में क्या होगा? Summer days में हम excess of water को drink करते हैं, and also this excess of water is lost in the form of perspiration, and urine formed will be hypertonic. Okay, while in case of the winter there will be less perspiration, so urine formed will be hypotonic. So in this way, anti-diuretic hormone, it helps to maintain the level of the water, and this process of maintenance of water balance is called the osmoregulation. So as here urine is formed, then what happen in the urination? As we have discussed, in the collecting duct urine is formed. As now you can study, these are the pair of kidneys, urine is formed here, then through the ureter this urine enters into the bladder. Bladder temporarily stores the urine, and finally through the urethra urination process occur. Urination is the process of passing out of the urine from the body or voiding of the urine. Is it okay? So this was all about the concept of physiology of urine formation. So once again, keep watching, keep listening. With this, thanks to all.